Good evening.
Rabbi, how are you? It's
Oh,
Henry.
I see your name on the screen. How are you doing?
Baruch Hashem, how's the rabbi?
Oh, Hashem, how are your children?
Yeah, God good. God good.
Very nice. And we're going to learn tonight the halachot of Birkat HaTorah
Okay.
because because Shavuot is the Chag of Matan Torah. So we're going to talk now about Birkat HaTorah. Is it Min HaTorah? The obligation to say Birkat HaTorah is Min HaTorah, Midrabanan. We're going to see in a minute a big machloket in the Rishonim.
Okay.
Also, what makes Birkat HaTorah very unique, it's the only mitzvah that we have two berachot. The first bracha is Al Divrei Torah, and the second bracha is Shabachar Banu. Where do you have a beracha that you have, where do you have a mitzvah that you have two berachot? Tefillin, yeah? Sfaradim say one bracha, even Ashkenazim were saying two. The second bracha is only on Tefillin Shel Rosh, which is really a separate mitzvah. No, Henry, which other mitzvah we have two berachot? Brit
Okay.
Milah.
What about Birchot Kiryat Shema? But you're going to say maybe it's not related to the Shema.
We're talking about Birkat HaMitzvot. Yeah.
Right. What
And
about
the only other bracha is Birkat.
Chanukah? Shasa Nisim and Adlik Ner Chanukah?
שעשה ניסים is on the פרסומי ניסן, not on the mitzvah.
Right.
By ברית מילה you make שהקדישנו במצוותיו וציוונו על המילה, and then you have להכניסו בבריתו
Right.
של
Right.
אברהם אבינו. So later we are going to deal with the question. Our topic tonight is ברכת התורה. So first let's look on שולחן ערוך, סימן מ"ז. Shulchan Aruch is using a very interesting language he doesn't use in many other places, which is ברכת התורה צריך להיזהר בה מאוד. להיזהר בה מאוד. It doesn't say it on the ברכה on תפילין, on ציצית, on חנוכה, on ברכת התורה. What is so special? What's so special is because the Gemara says, על מה אבדה הארץ? In the time, why was the first temple destroyed? Because the Gemara says that the Nevi'im couldn't answer the question, the Chachamim couldn't, until Hashem revealed it, על מה אבדה הארץ, על עוזבם את תורתי, says the Gemara שלא בירכו בתורה תחילה. Okay, there are many multiple interpretations of what it means, but the Gemara is saying that the fact that we did not show respect enough to the Torah by saying the beracha before we learn shows that this is not very important to us, yes? Anything that is important, we take the berachot. You remember, once in 28 years we make Birkat HaChama, right? Once in 28 years. Everyone prays Vatikin, and hundreds of people are congregating in front of the shul, and everyone, what is it? It's a bracha de Rabbanan. ברוך אתה השם אלוקינו מלך העולם עושה מעשה בראשית. So what's the big deal about ברכת החמה? It's only once in 28 years. But as far as the ברכה, it's the same ברכה as other mitzvot, the Rabbanan, ברכה de Rabbanan. ברכת האילנות once a year, we go out from the shul. Here, ברכת התורה we say every day, but the excitement or the opposite, the mundane excitement of bracha shows that this is not so important. says the משנה ברורה, צריך להיזהר בה מאוד, שלא ללמוד עד שיברך. ויברך אותה בשמחה גדולה. שמצינו שאמרו חז"ל, עמדה עבדה הארץ, על עוזבם את תורתי. Which means the Torah is what is really protecting the Jewish people. Not saying the beracha or saying it without a lot of excitement is a sign that this is not important. This is why Shulchan Aruch says, צריך להיזהר בה מאוד, מאוד. What's very interesting about Birkat HaTorah, we say it every morning. Then on Monday and Thursday, when we take out the Torah, everyone that receives an Aliyah makes the bracha again. You ever ask yourself why? I just said it. Before Shachrit, I said it. Let's say if you are a Kohen, you came to Shul for the second minyan, but you happen to be standing in the first minyan and they need a Kohen, you just said Asher Bachar Banu b'Birkat HaTorah. They call you up Kohen b'Chavod. He's saying the bracha again, second time in 2 minutes. Birkat HaTorah b'Tzibur is a different type of Birkat HaTorah. If you realize in Shul, the bima where the Sefer Torah is standing on represents exactly Har Sinai. By Sfaradim, when you read the Torah, you have only 2 people standing there. The Koreh and the one who received the Aliyah. Moshe Rabbeinu was learning the Torah with Hashem on Har Sinai. So Kriyat HaTorah in a Jewish Bet HaKnesset emulates Matan Torah. So this is the bracha שבחר בנו מכל העמים ונתן לנו את תורתו. By what are we special, different than others? ונתן לנו את תורתו. When we say on the holidays, אתה בחרתנו מכל העמים. When you took us out of מצרים. אהבת אותנו. When you gave us the Torah 7 weeks later. ורצית בנו. Either רצית בנו even after the חטא העגל, או ורצית בנו, you gave us בית המקדש. So the uniqueness of Birkat HaTorah is, according to many poskim, it's min Torah, because the Gemara learns it out from the pasuk, כי שם השם אקרא, הבו גודל לאלוקינו. Moshe Rabbeinu is telling the Jewish people, when I mention the name of Hashem, which is the Torah, havu, you, the Jewish people, godel, praise Elokeinu. The Ashkenazim follow the opinion that Birkat HaTorah is min Torah. So if someone has a doubt if he said it or he didn't say it, you have to repeat it. Not the 2 berachot שבחר בנו. Many Sfaradim follow the opinion that this is the Rabbanan. So if you have a safek, you don't repeat it. Occasionally, a few times it happened. I came to shul a little late. I didn't say Birkat HaTorah, I forgot. I catch myself in the middle of Yotzei Ro. What do? I have in mind that when I say Ahavat Olam, I'm going to be Yotze with Birkat HaTorah. This is what the Gemara says, and this is what the Shulchan Aruch says. But if you forgot to say Ahavat Olam counts as Birkat HaTorah because same praises שבחר בנו מכל העמים ונתן לנו את תורתו, יהיה בין אהבת עולם. What makes Birkat HaTorah very unique, besides how important it is, Shulchan Aruch at the end says, נשים מברכות ברכת התורה. Keep in mind that this is the Shulchan Aruch. Sephardic women don't say bracha on Sukkah. They don't say bracha on lulav. Why? It's a mitzvah that they are exempt from. You can't say אשר קידשנו במצוותיו וציוונו להישב בסוכה. They're not commanded. If they sit in the sukkah, they're mitzvah. The Ashkenazim follow the opinions, she can say the bracha, fine. But how can Maran say, נשים מברכות ברכת התורה? Maran said that a woman cannot say bracha on sukkah. A woman cannot say bracha on tzitzit if she wants to wear it. Why is Birkat HaTorah different? This is a big question. And remember, this is not the Rama. If the Rama would say, okay, so the Rama says a woman can say on tzitzit and sukkah and lulav. But Maran, so the Biur Halacha brings the Bet Yosef. He says, הטעם, החייבות ללמוד הדינים שלהם. Every woman is obligated to know many halachot that applies to day-to-day life. Sometimes they know it more better than the men. הלכות שבת, הלכות כשרות, הלכות טהרת הבית, הלכות מזוזה, most of the mitzvot do apply to ladies. So he says the reason is because they are obligated to learn. So even though they are not obligated to study regular Torah like Baba Kama, Masechet Para, but they're obligated to learn halacha lema'aseh, the halachot that applies to their lives. This is why they are chayav to say Birkat HaTorah, but it's a very, very unique type of a beracha. Listen to a very interesting Shulchan Aruch. Shulchan Aruch says, צריך לברך בין למקרא, בין למשנה, בין לגמרא, בין למדרש. You hear? Whatever you learn, Chumash, Mishnah, Gemara, why would I think otherwise? Why would I think that if I learn Gemara or not? Remember, Moshe Rabbeinu is telling the Jewish people, Ki Shem Hashem Ekra. Moshe was talking about Torah Shebechtav. We would have thought only Torah Shebechtav you're chayav, not Torah Sheba'al Peh. So the Gemara, and Maran follows the Gemara, he says, Mikra, Mishnah. Now, how about that? Chodesh Elul, you say Selichot. The Selichot have many pesukim, but you are not saying it as Limud Torah, you are saying it as pesukim. So if you look in Maran, in Siman Mem Vav, you hear? Maran says like this, לא יקרא פסוקים קודם ברכת התורה, אף על פי שהוא אומרם דרך תחנונים. Person wakes up in the morning, half an hour before Shachrit, he wants to say Tehillim. Should he say Birkat Torah first or not? If he wants to learn Mishnayot, Halacha, Gemara, of course. Chumash, of course. Says Maran, even if you say Tehillim, אף על פי שאומרו דרך תחנונים. ויש אומרים, says מרן, שאין לחוש, כיוון שאינו אומרם אלא דרך תחנונים. Second opinion, Shulchan Aruch says, if you are going to say Tehillim in the morning, you don't have to say Birkat Torah, because I'm not learning Tehillim. Now I'm using the Pesukim of Tehillim as a prayer. So he brings two opinions. Now, what do you do when Maran brings two opinions? Normally the rule is to follow the second opinion. But here, Maran himself says, Benachon lachush lesvara rishona. Maran himself is telling us, even though I'm bringing you two opinions, but you better off if you are machmir and take the first opinion, which is don't say even Tehillim before Birkat Torah. And the reason is, emet, that I'm not saying it as Divrei Torah, but the fact is you are saying Divrei Torah. You are using it to pray to Hashem, but
If you sing Sabbath morning, for example, they do bakashot. Bakashot not Tehillim. It's Pizmonim that they was written, many years ago.
It's a good question. So, but the Pizmonim don't contain any Pesukim?
I don't do bakashot, so I have no idea. But they do bakashot is my point. I have no idea. I've never been a part of it.
Okay, you have to check. It's as simple as that.
No, of course they do, Rabbi.
Okay.
Of course, it's a lot of Tehillim, Pesukim, and stuff like that. Sure.
Yes, this is the answer, Salim.
Sure. Bakashot, sure.
Yeah, I'm going to check a minute what Talkut Yosef says. Wait a second.
Let me ask your father.
I can. I don't have the Siddur in front of me, and I never did it, so I don't know.
Your father and his brothers, they say it all the time.
I've never been a part of it yet. No. It's a separate crowd.
It's exclusive.
Yeah.
What's exclusive?
I told him he should just ask his father and his uncles. They probably say it all the time. They're always there early to say it.
Yeah, no, I was telling him I've never. It's a different crowd when the people that come for bakashot than the regular Shabbat crowd. It's really nice. I think they did a nice one a couple weeks ago with all the shuls came together and they did it in one place. I think it was our Mansa shul. I forgot exactly where, but I heard they had a very nice one.
I'm looking here in the original Kitzur Shulchan Aruch of Yalkut Yosef. He says, as I told you before, that his father says that if you have a doubt, try to ask another person, because it's a machloket. By Ashkenazim, if you have a safek, you repeat, you say Hashem Achar Banu, you don't say all the three. So here's the question. He discusses an interesting question. I drive in the morning Sha'arei Tzion, and I'm putting my, my Torah tapes. I'm not saying Divrei Torah, I'm listening to Divrei Torah. Am I chayav or not? If I get up in the morning early, I have to say Birkat Torah before I learn. If it's השומע דברי תורה מחברו, או שיעור תורה מפי תלמיד חכם, נכון שיברך תחילה ברכת התורה, ואחר כך יקשיב וישמע לכל הדעות. So if the one that you listen is in shul, of course you have to say, he says. Then he says, וגם השומע דברי תורה from a tape recorder. He says more than that. You have a son, you review with him, he has a test today, you got up a little earlier, 10 minutes, he's 10 years old. He's not an adult. If he says over the Divrei Torah, the Mishnayot, or whatever the Pesukim, you have to say. זאת אומרת, זה לא רק חיוב עליי, if I learn, it's a חיוב on me when I learn in any shape, or if I'm learning, I'm listening to him. I'm also learning. What difference does it make if...
So I remember hearing halakha by Rabbi Mansour. They do the it's called the Iyun, halakha Iyun. I forgot the name of the program that they run. Basically, they go through Yakut Yosef, and there was one day they were going through that. If you're listening on a tape recorder, maybe I got this incorrectly, but you can even listen to the Torah class in the bathroom while covered though. In the bathroom.
Okay, it certainly does work well with him, yes.
I'll
explain
have
to
to
you.
go back and,
I'll explain
and
to
go
you
to the
what,
class, but I
I'll
remember
explain to you what is the base to what you think you heard. The Gemara has it מחלוקת in ברכות if הרהור כדיבור דמי or not.
right.
If in my mind I'm not saying anything, I'm thinking about the bracha, I'm thinking about the Hamidah. Yes? The Gemara talks about it when there was a takana of Ezra, that if a person has to go to the mikveh, he's not allowed to learn before. Can he look at the page of Gemara and not say anything? Depends on this question if hirur kedibur. So I think, Salim, that what you remember is, if hirur is lav kedibur, they told you that, okay, so you can do it in the bathroom. But you'll see in a minute that it's not so. Look, I'll read you first Maran, and then I'll show you what Maran is in Siman Mem Zayin. המהרהר בדברי תורה סלים, אינו צריך לברך. You hear? You wake up early in the morning, you cannot fall back asleep, but you don't feel like getting up. You wash your hands, you stay in bed. You are reviewing in your head the class that you heard last night. Reviewing, מהרהר. Says Shulchan Aruch, המהרהר בדברי תורה אינו צריך לברך. Why is that, Salim? Says Mishnah ברורה, דהרהור, לאו כדיבור דמי. Yes? הרהור, לאו כדיבור. Whatever you think about,
So I think because of that, if you hear it and you're not,
I know,
it's the
but
shower,
to take it to
it's
the
not the
bathroom,
toilet.
so to take this concept
That's
to the
what I
bathroom is
think
too far. Because here, let me show you now.
No, he was trying to illustrate how far the halakha goes.
This is exactly what he meant. but he didn't. I'll tell you why I'm saying it, because he says, the ילקוט יוסף קאפס שולחן ערוך, מותר לברך בדברי תורה אפילו קודם שיברך ברכות התורה, מפני שעיקר מצוות תלמוד תורה היא כשמוציא בשפתיו, only if you are but the Gra of Vilna and many אחרונים strongly disagree. They disagree with Maran. What you heard, what you said before, Salim, is according to this opinion. The Gra says, יהיו לרצון אמרי פיו והגיון ליבי לפניך. What does it mean, והגיון ליבי לפניך? You're asking Hashem, whatever I think should be accepted also, no? Okay, I'm turning now to remember many times you saw many Gemarot Salim in the Daf, that those people, Rabbi Yochanan, the Gemara says, Lo alach arba amot belo Torah. He always learned, except when he came to Mevoot HaMetunafim, streets that are
Right.
not clean.
Right.
If you take this opinion, you have to say that he didn't learn
So this is crazy.
verbally.
They
Right.
put a tool up on iTorah, which is Rabbi Mansur's, and it's the community's website for stuff. And I just searched to listening to Torah in the shower, and it gave me all the sources in any video where someone quoted something like that. And it put me
Wow.
to the exact class that he gave. It told me the exact second where it started, where he talks about this topic in the bathroom.
Wow.
It's basically a shower, even when unclothed. You're allowed to listen to Torah in the shower when there's no toilet.
If there's no toilet.
No toilet is the key. Toilet has to be in a separate room, whatever. It has to be mechitza between it. It's not in the same room. You're allowed to listen to Torah in the shower with no toilet.
Now, so this is the point.
No.
What is the difference?
You don't have-
What's the difference between shower and a bathroom?
The bathroom is the problem.
Makom
Right?
metunaf. If you
Exactly what you
have dirt,
said. Yeah.
if you have dirt, it's a bizayon Torah, regardless if it counts as divrei Torah or not. You understand? This is the difference. Yeah.
What about having no clothes on?
So it says it right here. So source 8, it says
Normally, Ricky, normally no one showers with a bathing suit. You know what I mean?
right.
No, I know, but I'm just saying you can
Thinking
listen to
Torah
it
is
without
allowed
clothes on.
even when unclothed, provided
Huh?
there is no toilet present.
Okay.
But this still goes against the Gemara, because the Gemara says when Rabbi Shimon and his son,
Right.
when they used to learn Torah, they used to hang their clothes, but they used to dig themselves in the hole. and
They
wait to hit
cover
the hole.
themselves. They cover. Okay,
Right.
but the answer is over there.
But they were verbalizing it, so
Because
that's
they were
that's the
learning
key.
bepeh. They were learning
Bepeh,
bepeh.
right. Here you're just thinking.
This is exactly the difference.
Yeah. It says specifically listening to Torah in the shower. Only listening.
Okay, Ricky, you have something to do tonight in the shower, Ricky.
Yeah.
No, but you see, you have to remember.
I'll put on this tape.
But not if you have a toilet. If he has a toilet in the
No, I have a toilet.
No.
No good.
No, listen carefully now. Listen carefully. Jeffrey, every shower, regardless, has a curtain at least.
That's right.
Most
it's-
people have a door from glass.
Right.
אין לך מחיצה גדולה מזו, you understand?
Right.
Jeffrey, how often do you have that you're taking a shower in an open area and the toilet is still there? I mean, normally every modern shower has a
Right.
curtain. Most of them have doors, so
Still in the
it's
same
not,
room,
it's not a problem.
even if it's in the same room.
I think it's the same room because
Jeffrey,
it's
if you have a mechitza, it doesn't count as the same room, Jeffrey.
Mhm.
no. Don't you have a problem when you're praying, and even if there's a glass zichuchit in front of you, and you see the
Right, but you don't see the feces. You don't see anything. You
and
only
I
see
know, but the toilet is the feces. Even there's nothing in it. That's the key. Is the toilet itself is the mitunaf. It's not the. I think that's maybe the problem. I don't know, but they specifically say when the toilet is not in the same room. So
even if you have a mechitza, you're saying yes.
But
I
also,
didn't mention that.
Every
But
shower has a mechitza. Every shower
Oh,
has a door
no,
or a
but
curtain.
sometimes the
No,
toilet has a
Salim
side room
says,
where you have its own
that
door.
the toilet itself counts as
No, but that I heard before that the toilet itself is basically like the
like the del.
yeah he does he I think this is directly from Yakut Yosef. I have to go find them exactly where he gets this information from. Let me see. Siman 2, Halachot 34 to 37. Hold on.
Siman bet.
Siman Bet. It's talking about covering one's head, but I think in here came out this halakha. 1 second, I have it over here.
but Rabbi, what about the halacha of mechitza between erva and the lev? Is that only when you're saying
But
words,
this is halacha. This is halacha betfilah.
not when you're learning?
When you verbalize only, not when you thinking. Here
Right.
you're talking about only thinking.
That's what I was thinking as well.
There's 2, Halachot 34 to 37. So let's see, where is this? Siman 2, where's Siman 2? Siman 1. Let's try to find the exact page, Rabbi. So we quote this correctly. This is a very controversial.
But you see, no, but this is what's important is depends which edition of Yakut Yosef. You might not find it by yours because
So they printed these books, Rabbi, over here. I've been doing them before. I don't know if you can see this. It's Bikim Ba'alacha. It's basically they take the Yakut Yosef and they put notes. Someone annotated it and put it in English, made it like the art scroll, basically. Here we go. 34. 34 says, this is Lamed Dalet. Mutar lechnis redit traxator. I'll just read the English. I don't know what that is. It says it's permissible to.
spell it.
It's Resh Dalet Yud Vav. I think it's English, but they're quoting in Hebrew. It's and then it's
Radio.
oh radio transistor. Okay. Okay. So basically, in English, it's permissible to listen to a Torah action over the radio while taking a shower, although one is naked. This is true even if it's a live broadcast. This is so, however, only if there is no toilet in the bathroom. If there's a toilet in the bathroom, it is forbidden to think at all about any Torah topics while inside. And then he has a note here. 103 says Maran Rishon LeZion ruled that it's permissible to think about Torah topics while in a household shower, explaining that its status is equal to an outer room that is in a public bathhouse. Although some of the people in the room are naked, it's nevertheless permissible to think about Torah topics while there. Our sages taught us speaking words of Torah. This is in Shabbat 150. Speaking words of Torah is forbidden, but thinking of them is permissible.
Okay, so here you have it. If the source is from Hamavadia himself, and he tells you, as long as there's no toilet in the room,
and without a kippah also.
Unlike tefillah,
Right.
okay?
But Chacham Abba Shaul also says that even though the Ruach Ra'ah is less, he says out of respect and custom, you shouldn't think about Torah. in the
Right, the
bathroom.
מחלוקת בין חכם בן ציון.
So it says, one might argue that although it's permissible to think about Torah topics, listening to someone else teach Torah is another matter. When someone learns Torah by listening to another person, it is as if he says the words himself, employing the concept of Shemaya Kaoneh. Nevertheless, Maran Lashon Tzion explained that this concept applies only when listening to a voice emanating from a human throat. When listening from a radio broadcast, even if it's a live broadcast, he only hears mechanically reproduced copy of the speaker's voice, not the actual voice.
Very interesting, very interesting.
So the concept of Shemaya Kaoneh doesn't apply. This is why
This
Mizrach
is
Esther
this
and
is
going so
really
far, I can't hear it over the radio.
this is a real big darga in Avodat Hashem that our atmada is so big that even for the 7 minutes you take a shower, you
Listen,
no,
we
Salim,
learned this. I think we did this like 5 years ago. I just remembered it.
Salim, it's extremely important. It's extremely important. It's a concept,
No,
He
it
says,
goes as far. I've never done it, but it just shows you how far the halakha goes.
A fellow
Some of it-
came.
well, it shows you it must have been an issue concerning arguing over it. The
Yes.
Chaveh Da'at,
Yes.
he says he doesn't he says no because it's a hefsek bet hakiseh, and therefore you should be machmir and you shouldn't learn.
A fellow came to Rav Zalman Auerbach to ask him, if you have more than 10 people who are listening to the Shaliach Tzibur, can he learn in the middle of Chazarat HaShatz? Can he look in the Gemara, whatever? So Rav Zalman Auerbach says, if you are such a matmid, that during the day you're not mevatel anything, then you can do it Chazarat HaShatz. But if during the day you are mevatel, here and there, you're listening to the radio, you're reading the paper, so suddenly Chazarat HaShatz, he remembers not to waste, quote unquote, 5 minutes. No, but the concept, I mean, the reason why it's important is that basically what he's telling us is that nakedness is not kavod for tefillah. Basically, where is the source for that? This is the Tosafot in Masechet Shabbat, that Rabbi Shimon ben Yochai and his son, while they were hiding in the cave, stayed naked all day, covered with soil, but when he came to tefillah, he got dressed. So Tosafot said, tefillah means kriyat shema, but this is exactly what he's saying.
Right.
He's saying, Baruch Hashem, Yofi, Yofi. So Bezat Hashem will continue. There are fascinating details here and Birkat Torah, and have a wonderful night, everyone.
Thank you, Rabbi.
Thank you, Rabbi.
Baruch, everyone.
Rabbi, when are you going to Israel?
I'm going to Israel next Tuesday.
Oh,
My
next
flight is, it's the first time in my over 40 years in Flatbush I take off for personal, but I have no choice, it's my grandson, and they're not making him a party here. The party is that the entire family goes to Israel together. So,
Right.
I'm sure the grandfather have an excuse, and I can't say I
It's
can't.
beautiful.
Besides,
Well,
it's
you're
a
off
pleasure.
anyway. Aren't you off next week, Thursday?
No,
or something?
no. But we are off. See, next Monday, the Monday after Shavuot is
Memorial
uh,
Day.
Memorial Day.
Yeah.
Memorial Day.
Right.
But in Flatbush, you get off on Thursdays. But I'm taking off Tuesday, Wednesday, and coming back, I'll be back on Wednesday. So I take off.
Mavruk, Mazal
3
Tov,
days.
Bye-bye.
Mabruk.
So there's not that you're gonna do the morning class, or you only
I have to see if
you just need a computer. Just take the computer with you. Just get
I
Wi-Fi.
take my computer, this computer that I'm teaching you now, I can do
It's
it.
gonna
with
work as long
computer.
as you get someone to hook you up to a hotel or something Wi-Fi.
Wi-Fi, you mean? Yes.
Yeah, it's gonna work
Okay,
anywhere in the world.
If I can do it, you offer me a
Yeah, our
great-
class is probably for sure not, but the morning class you may be able to get.
Yeah. But you see, in my phone,
Yeah.
I have Wi-Fi.
You can do it also on your phone. Just the problem with your phone is you make sure you turn the internet off, otherwise they're gonna charge you internet because you're
I see.
just make sure your phone's internet is off and you're only using Wi-Fi, then you'll be okay.
Okay, יופי, תודה רבה, לילה טוב.
Thank you, Rabbi.
Thank you.
That's all.
ביי.